Hey y'all, Sunshine, True Crime with Sunshine. This was not a planned live. I was going to pre record the footage and upload it, but my OBS decided not to cooperate. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'll be probably muted majority of the time. But I do want to give my condolences to the family of Kiely Rodni, and my heart goes out to Adventures with Purpose for finding Kiely. So here we go, guys. Thanks for being here. Anybody that does come in, I know it's kind of late. Like I said, I tried to record this and it didn't work. So I'm going to do it like this because we all know how things happen when you want to get them done. So thanks again. Hey Jody, hey Winless418, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Yes, they do. It's not been released by Placer County yet, but it's as you see here on KCRA 3 that this is the video from earlier tonight where the dive teams went in and they did retrieve Kylie's vehicle from the water. Adventures for Purpose, with Purpose, I'm sorry, did go ahead and confirm that they were able to find her vehicle and she was inside her vehicle this afternoon. Sorry, guys, for being silent. I'm trying to get some other stuff set up here, too. Hey, Kelly. Welcome in, love. The video doesn't have any sound. I was gonna try to add the missing posters to the stream, but it just takes over the whole stream. It doesn't like, I don't know, it doesn't work right. I don't see how it's not. I don't know how to work it. But I couldn't get my OBS to work, so I gave up on my OBS. And I went back to just doing it this way because it was not working out for me. Did not want to play fair. I really wish I could get that to work right. So make it bigger. No, that just took me out of it. That didn't help, did it? Well, like I said, this is a really unfortunate event. And I'm sorry that we had to find her this way, but this way her mother does at least get to go to bed tonight and know that she has closure of where her daughter is tonight. As very sad and unfortunate as it is, I think it's important to share these stories and, for awareness. This is a 16-year-old girl that, and not to put out anything rude, but in my opinion, she shouldn't have been at a party in the middle of the night. But everybody's parenting's to their own. That woman's going through enough pain as it is without my opinion. So I'll leave that at that. But I have to say that Adventures with Purpose did a great job. And I'm not going to play their whole video here, guys. I'm going to just kind of chop through it and let it play. And I'll drop their link. Matter of fact, let me grab it now and I'll drop it in the chat. And I'll also drop it in the description. That way, anybody that wants to grab the full video can go grab that full video. And there you go. You could see the top of her vehicle. Bringing down everything. Preparing to continue to pull her vehicle out. And again, Adventures with Purpose, they go above and beyond for missing people. Kiely says, people say it's because they have such great equipment, but Jared is super good at knowing how to use it. That's it right there, Kiely. Facts. He knows exactly what he's doing. Here, if you want to come up, I'll drop the link. Don't hesitate if you want to come join. Yeah, this is most of it was chopper footage. Like at the end, you'll see the chopper. But I think some of it might have been taken from a boat, possibly. I don't know. That's my opinion. That's not facts. It could be taken from land. I don't know. Again, this is the recovery. Kiely Rodni, 16-year-old, missing out of Truckee, California. Welcome to anybody coming in. May she rest in peace. Hey guys, I've spoken, so I don't want to turn on my camera just yet, but I will here in just a few minutes. I know I do normally film with my camera on, and I had it on when I had my OBS going, but it wasn't wanting to play fair, so I turned that off. There's Kiely. Add you to the stream. Welcome.
Hey there.
Oh, big dogs.
Uh-oh.
My OBS just was not going to play fair, so I just
Here,
went
I got a barking dog.
live. That's fine. Surprised mine aren't barking.
Well, mine's not a barker, so when he does, it's
Oh, he's a good dog then.
pretty good personality, I guess. Yeah. I've had the barkers though. I have the
My
yipers.
miniatures bark.
Oh, the
They
yipers.
bark at everything. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yep, I've had those too.
Yep, they bark at everything they possibly can.
Good little watchdogs, I guess.
Oh yeah. Nothing's gonna get past them.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got the footage up there. So I have a question about where she. Do you know exactly where her car drove in from?
I don't know exactly where she drove in from, but what I did notice is when they get to the aerial shots, it looked like, and I'll get your opinion on that. I mean, we can always back it back up.
Okay.
Where was it I saw that? I've watched this so many times. Here, right here. They have like a point of interest here. And there, see the tracks, but I don't know if those are
from them.
If those are tracks from them or their previous tracks.
Right.
But, and again, you know, not being from the area, I don't know. Is there a current in this body of water?
Do you know? Not really. No. It's all pretty chill, you know. No.
I mean, it's still moving water, so even if she did go in, like over here, on this other side, it's possible that it did float this way.
Yeah. I mean, it's not still waters. It's not still, but it's not, you know, you can swim around. You're not going to get taken downstream or anything like that. But I don't know, man. I'm sticking to my thoughts that her car was pushed in. I know a lot of people don't believe it, but I'm staying with that theory.
Well, you know, I don't want to put out anything crazy, but I'm with you. Like I said earlier, you know, it really bothers me, the statement about the sticker.
Yeah.
It really bothers me.
Yep, the second phone call. I just feel like there was just too much that happened all at once. It was like a frantic scenario. The second phone call, everybody leaving at once. There's just all these things. It happened in such a short amount of time. That part doesn't make sense to me at all.
And it's almost like I hate necessarily to say extra details.
Right.
But we'll say extremely detailed.
Right. Yeah.
I understand when something tragic happens or, you know, but there's a point in describing what happened
Yeah.
and panicking
Yeah.
and just start just anything you could, whatever comes off the top of your head. Well, this happened and this happened and this happened.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You know.
It's true. And I know that was done when, we'll call her S, was discussing when there was a slip, when she said, I was dry, and then she stopped, and then she said, oh, I was sitting in the front right passenger seat or whatever. I'm like, wow, that's pretty specific. It wasn't
Wow.
really necessary to tell us that.
I don't think so
Um,
either.
yeah. So yeah, I knew. It's so weird to me because Tahoe's pretty I mean, it's not like the Bermuda where you can, or whatever, where you can see really clear, but it's not like the really dark black waters that I've seen. I just don't understand how they didn't see it the first time. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't either. And do you remember, did they say they dredged the water or did they just search the water?
Oh no, they just searched it, because if they dredge, then don't they have to, like, that's a whole different like thing, right? That's when they, is that when they like do like a bomb or something, not a bomb, but something like that under the water to make things come up?
Where I'm from, when they dredge the water, they take like a big net almost, and
Uh,
it drags across the bottom of the water, and it'll pick up.
then what is it that I'm talking about where they, I don't know if it's an old school thing, but they would do like not like dynamite, or but something more mild, and it would kind of lift anything that's under the water up. That's probably super old school what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. Where I'm from, I know it's frowned upon, but
right.
there are some of them boys that do throw dynamite into the water and whatnot, and they fish like that because the fish is shocked.
Really?
Yeah, dude, you can, highly
Cheaters.
illegal, and I am not. I am not saying do this by any means, folks,
Unless
but
you're
I
smart.
have seen country boys build those shockers. And guys, this isn't me, the black screen. This is them. I think it's where for privacy they
Right.
they screened out some of it, and
Yeah.
the video will pop back up in a second. But yeah, they shock the water, and the fishes will all swim up,
I've never
and
heard that.
it's extremely frowned upon. And I do not suggest doing that. And I'm not telling anyone to do that. If you're going to
Right.
do something crazy, and if you're going to do something crazy and weird in the country waters,
Yeah.
you know, I say you, I don't know, go noodling.
I don't know what that is either.
You don't know what noodling is? Oh,
No. All these.
noodling is where you get in a body of water like this here,
Uh-huh.
and there's big old catfish, and you stick your arm into the catfish's mouth up underneath like a embankment, or a lot of
Uh-huh.
people put boxes up underneath the water.
Oh. So it's like a
And
trap?
yeah, you catch the catfish with your arm.
Oh my gosh. Why do they
Yeah,
call it?
you ought to look it up.
I think of water noodle, the swimming noodle things.
I don't, I don't know why they call it noodling. They call it crazy stuff, but you know.
I was scared to go in the water for many years because, so there was like an urban legend that went around. You may have heard this one, that there was some dude who was like a um, deep sea diver, or whatever. He had a wetsuit on, and he was out in the ocean swimming, and he accidentally got scooped up in those water planes, and they dropped him to put out a fire, and they found him in his wetsuit, burned. It turned out it was an urban legend, but I thought it was real for many, many years.
Oh wow,
But I love
never heard it.
lakes.
Yeah, I grew up around the lakes. That's why I like where I grew up at. Land between the lakes is kind of
Yeah,
like this campground is. It's we don't have mountains per se, but we have rolling hills because we're
right.
right there in the foothills
Yeah,
where I'm from. So it's a lot of the same type of terrain, And even, even if you're highly intoxicated, if you're raised in these areas,
Yeah.
you know where not to drive off the road.
Yeah. She'd been there her whole life. And she was extremely outdoorsy. And I don't know, man. Mm-mm. I
I just
mean,
mean something's fishy. And I hate to say that, and I mean no disrespect whatsoever to the family. Like I said, my heart goes out to the family,
right, of course.
but something just doesn't.
What about when a
16-year-old
car hit?
girls don't just drive into lakes
No,
right
and what
after they
about,
call their mom.
no, that's the thing. And what about the sand? Like when her car hit the sand, wouldn't you go like, oh, oops, like, wow, I'm in the sand. But she just kept going. Like, mm-mm.
Right. That doesn't make any sense either. Even if
It
you're
doesn't.
highly intoxicated,
Right.
you're going to realize that you're driving into the sand, you're on the beach, you've
Yep.
left the road.
Uh-huh.
You're going to realize that.
Especially like when you just were coherent enough to have a conversation with your mom and knew about times and uh, it just doesn't
Right.
make sense.
Does not at all.
But unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait. I mean, I can't imagine the waiting they've had to go through.
Oh,
But
it's got to be awful.
yeah, and you're waiting and waiting desperately for what turns out to be the worst news of your life. I just,
I couldn't imagine being a mother,
mm-mm.
and I might my heart goes out to all these moms.
Yeah,
I spend hours upon hours making missing posters, and I couldn't imagine being one of these family members.
right.
And
That's one of the reasons that the case took off and is so popular because it's so relatable. Because so many people are parents and so many people are teenagers. So many people have been left at a party. They can relate, you know, or it's just so relatable. And I really hope that this has changed a lot of people's lives and how they handle things.
I hope so too. And I hope this makes people realize, keep your 16-year-olds close to you.
Yeah. I think when you live in a small town and you know the terrain, you know all the people, I think you let your guard down, you
Well,
know?
and that's true. That I have to say that's true. I grew up in a small town. So, I'm not going to say that I was the perfect child by any means. I mean, we snuck out the window and, took off and did our things. And again, I'm not telling anybody to sneak out no windows or nothing. I'm just saying that the things we done, so I know what happens when you're a teenage girl. And thank goodness she did have an open enough relationship with her mother that she was able to tell her mom, hey, I'm going here, I'm going there, and I'm going to a party.
Right. Yep.
But on the other hand, it's like as a parent, we're so busy, and this is honest, that we're so busy. Do you honestly stop and process that your 16-year-old that graduated early and is going to college, your
Right.
bright, intelligent 16-year-old is not going to be able to handle herself going and hanging out with some friends and going to a party? No, that's not going to cross your mind. That's
Well,
going to
there's
be the
some
furthest thing from your mind.
life experience doesn't come from a book. So you could be as bright as you can be, but that doesn't give you their brains are still growing. I think is it the decision making. I might get this wrong. I'm not a nurse, but your frontal lobe is responsible for decision making and whatnot. And I believe that's the last part of your brain to develop. And um, it's also the first part of the brain, I believe, where drugs and alcohol go to, if I'm not wrong. Um, but point being is that they're too young to make these decisions. But when if you're in a small town and you know all the teenagers, you think they're okay, um, but they're not.
No,
You
they're
know,
not. Hold your babies close.
yeah,
Even your grown babies, y'all.
yeah.
Even your grown babies.
Yep.
Don't forget about your grown babies. Call them, text them.
Yep.
Hit them up on Facebook. Post something on their Twitter. They get mad at you. Blame it on me. Tell them to come comment on my channel. Hit my algorithm with it. I told you to do it. Yeah, seriously.
Don't mind. Just say I'm okay. That's all you have to type. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Just that's all. I'm not going to pound you with questions. Just say you're okay. That's all I want to hear. You know?
I randomly send my oldest, I love you, bub. Just,
Yeah. Right.
That's it. Don't have to have, I understand you got your life going on, but let mom know you're okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Went through that whole labor and having you thing and whatnot. It's nice to know you're okay.
Yep. I agree. There's no peace of mind, like knowing your kid's okay.
Right. Honestly. And that's why this lady, if you guys saw the report she did on the news, it was heartbreaking, her calling out. Hello, Ronnie, for the missing persons PNW. Welcome, honey. Not normally on this late, but like I said, I really tried hard to record this, and I was going to edit in my missing posters and all my beautiful work that I did to make it look all pretty, and it just didn't want to work. So I want to make sure that this footage is out there for people to see that have spent time and hours over the past 2 weeks, searching for Kiely. And it's like I said tonight, I was telling Tater that, and I'll never forget this night. I'll never forget this night because I won't be able to forget the day this little girl come up missing. It was my mama's birthday. And it's strange how the cases that touch you, sometimes we can go back and you can pick a date and you know that you're always going to remember that. Callie, did I lose you? I think we lost Callie. Here she is. She's back. Here, we'll kick her off here. Add her here.
Hey.
Hey.
That would happen.
Here, let me kick you. All right, you still there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. Had to boot you from the other one. I'm just sitting here just talking away.
Aw, man. I don't know what I did. I can't remember.
Dude, I won't never forget the night that I'm sitting here and I'm just going on and on about how everything's so important to me about the District 13 cases in Tennessee, and I was muted for, I don't know, a good 10 minutes. I could not believe it. I'm sure everybody was thinking, well, she must have had something happen in the background, got a phone call or something. No, I was sitting here just chatting away with y'all.
I want to know what the record is. Like the longest creator has gone. Talking on mute.
See, she said, right? That we should look that up just for fun.
Right.
See, Sunshine, that's so weird. My mom's birthday is the 8th, and I found out the 8th, the day of her birthday. Oh, well, I'm sorry, honey.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting too to find out, just to see.
I love fun fact like that.
Yeah, and when we all first start, I've seen, we all freak out because stuff happens, and we're all like, oh no, oh no. It's like, one day I was streaming live, just in Ormond, because it's really pretty coming down the beach side in Ormond. It's different than Daytona. And, I'm in the Mustang, the mount falls off the windshield, the phone ends up in the floorboard, live, streaming my foot on the gas pedal. It was great.
Did you keep it?
I think it's privated on my channel. It was so bad. Like, there was some choice language.
Oh, but you need to keep it private, but keep it so you can revisit it now and then.
And the boys are both in the car and they're like, "Mom, you're alive." And I'm like, "Oh, wow." Cuz it was just it was not good. He was like, "Yeah,
Oh,
that's probably not good for your YouTube personality you got going on there, Mom." I was
right,
like, "Well, it's still me. I'm just trying to be, polite and not use
right,
truckers language on which I'm not going to sit here and say I haven't
right.
used trucker language because I do get fired up. I do get fired up.
Did
Like
you
little
ever?
baby Ayla's case, I watched that
Right.
video again, and girl, my blood pressure done started going up. Done sitting here.
Is Ayla the one up in Maine, the one in the basement? Is that?
Yes,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
It's
That
one of
can do it.
Sluggy's babies.
Mm-hmm. Did
It
you
tore
ever
me up.
find a holder for your phone in your car that works?
Yeah,
That
I actually, believe it or not, we have this discount store called Roses,
uh-huh.
and I love it. It's like an outlet. It's like an Ollie's, but like a girly version of Ollie's.
Okay.
For those of y'all that know what an Ollie's is, and I love Ollie's, and Ollie's needs to come to Daytona if anyone hears this. Anyway, love me some
I
Ollie's. I
I
got
just
one for
learned what
$5.
I just learned what an ollies is. Somebody else mentioned it to me, and I frantically, after hearing her describe it, I frantically looked, and of course, no, nowhere around me.
None.
Um, but yeah, because there's some that go flying off, and I mean, you could crash just at being startled by them, unsuctioning or any of that.
Right.
Now,
Sorry.
is what we're looking at? Is that the car brought up? Right? I'm on my phone.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this here that you see the blue, that is her car. They covered her car up with a tarp.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. I got background going on here. So I was confused as to what was happening in front of me.
I wonder if they use the float. There's different ways they can do it, but I wonder if they use the flotation things. Um,
They didn't really get into detail, but me and Tater were sitting here discussing that because he was
right.
saying that generally in a recovery like this where they would want to
Right.
preserve the
Oh, you're
vehicle and
right.
everything, that they would put
Mm-hmm.
the balloon
Mm-hmm.
mechanism, I guess is the best way to call it, the risers or whatever, underneath the vehicle and
Right.
then rise it like that.
Right.
But you have to think that if you were able to catch the first Adventures with Purpose post before it was edited, and I think I have a screenshot of it, but either way, it said that the vehicle was upside down, which again, that's common for vehicles that are in the water and especially SUVs because they're top heavy.
Right.
So, like,
True.
right, and they're airbags.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good point right there. Running for the missing airbags. Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, because those things go off pretty easily, don't they? I mean, like
Yeah, I
30
mean, if
miles.
she hit the water, like if she hit the water going, what is it? I don't know what the standard is in that vehicle. I would be totally guessing, guys, at probably 30 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the impact of the front end of that vehicle being as new as it is, it could possibly set off the airbags.
Right. Mm.
I'm old school, so I was raised back in the time where you sat in the back of pickup trucks.
Yep. Same.
So, I'm not a fan of airbags. And I'll be honest with you, Mustangs have a key in them where you can take your ignition key and you can
Mm-hmm.
turn the airbag off.
Yeah, I had a car. I don't know if I did have a Mustang. I don't know what car it was, but I know there was a thing where you could turn them off. Yeah.
Because some people have been, they've had their collars broken and they've had
Right.
other damage that was done. My cousin, he broke his nose.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And they said that, maybe it could have been avoided if the airbag hadn't went off. So
Right.
they kind of freak me out.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. But in this case, I mean, I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like I said, there was a couple people in Iqbal's chat that were saying that they could see the airbags, but I wasn't able to
Really.
see. Okay, so there's a good shot of where. Let's see if I can get over here and work my computer since nothing else wants to work tonight. So here's a good shot of where uh, she was pulled out at. Oh, let's see. Kelly, you still there? Did I lose you? Oh, you're still there. I see you muted. Let's see what I can pull up. And while this is doing this, I'm going to switch to my posters since it didn't work like I wanted it to.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Okie dokie. No, you're fine.
Yeah, dog going crazy. I don't know why.
He's still going crazy?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he must be. There must be a skunk or something outside.
Is it a bear?
No bears down here.
Oh, Ronnie says that an airbag saved her son's life when her mom fell asleep at the wheel. Oh my gosh, that's
Wow.
terrifying and amazing all at the same time that it saved his life. But oh my goodness.
Thank God.
And thanks again, everybody, for being here. What you're seeing here on the screen while my Google Earth is acting completely temperamental here is my missing flyers. And these can all be found in my Facebook group. You guys are welcome to share them. Please, please, please share them. Matter of fact, please,
Yep.
please, please share them. Because every person that you see on the screen has a family member
And a story.
and a story. Exactly.
And you know what? I want to say
And
this
I
real
try
quick.
to put all the information on them.
You do. You do a wonderful job doing it. And you never know when you're going to see a flyer from your own hometown or one that just like strikes you, something about it is similar to your life, you know. So just keep sharing them.
Please, please, please. And,
I just love
even if you have to
flyers.
screenshot,
Yeah.
we appreciate any way you can get them out there. And this here, that Arctic Fox True Crime Reform with the scanner bar, I just dropped that in chat for anybody that's here or comes by and hits up the replay. Please sign that. Please sign that petition. It's for a great cause. It is to reform and change the Amber Alert system because, in a lot of our opinions that do this, it needs it so bad.
Oh, it
The
does.
criteria, the guidelines are just crazy, insane, and it really needs some
I'm so
attention,
proud of him.
guys.
I'm really proud of him for like making that, for starting it because it's something that's talked about all the time. And now we're
Right.
starting the change.
I'm super excited to be a part of the real crime community and what we have going on here. I really am.
For
All right,
sure.
I think I have to remove this one to share the next one, maybe. I'm telling you, man, I had this all set up. It's so frustrating that it doesn't want to work right.
Right.
Oh, now this wants to load. That's beautiful. It was already loaded. It's just nothing wants to work right tonight. Well, at least it's pretty to look at. What I'm trying to do, guys, just so everybody knows we're still on subject here that may come in or that is here with us, is I'm trying to pull up the Google Earth so we can kind of take a look at the Google Earth of
Cool.
where she was found. And as soon as the Google Earth starts to cooperate, then we will definitely pull that up.
It's such a beautiful.
Oh, yay. Okay. Where am I at? I don't even know where it took me to. There's no telling.
I'm trying to see what lake that says because I'm on my phone, so I can't really read what lake that is on the right. Can you tell me what that one is? I might be able to know where we're at.
I'm gonna fly us over to where it was in Florida. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I thought we were in.
Okay, so here's the campground.
Oh, okay.
No, it automatically docks my location.
Oh.
But hey guys, and the laugh was for myself, not for anything vindictive. The Facebook, good grief. The YouTube streets that we're living in today.
Right.
Okay, so
I want
what
to
are we
know where the
thinking, Kiely?
cars were parked. I don't understand where
There's
the cars
the
were parked.
3D. Okay, so is it? Let's see. This is the reservoir, right? Like we're content with this is where the campground was.
Kind of like that. It's kind of like the campground was kind of that raised area. It's like its own little island almost from the looks of it.
So are we thinking right here, this point?
Well, see how all the trees are there and then all the empty dirt? Like where in there did they park? Did they park and then all hike in there? I'm so confused.
Let's see. I know I can't pull both of them up. And I hate that I can't do that. I don't know why it's not letting me share more than one screen. Okay. So it's definitely this area right here. Where's my pinpoint? I'm pretty sure it's here. Oh, sorry guys. Make everybody sick. Does that look right?
Let me see. Yeah, the trees in the back of that area.
Share? How do I thought I could share more than one screen at a time.
It just looks so different from up high.
Okay, so we'll stop this one. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. And sorry, I'm having to flip back and forth. This is definitely not what I was trying to do. I wanted to just share the There. Okay, so here's the paused video. Can we see that? Did it pop up? Yeah. Here's the paused video
Okay.
of where the searchers are. So we got the road back here, and you got the area that goes in here. Little cut through here. Beaches on both sides.
Okay.
Ronnie says, and when I saw where the buoy was, it instantly gave me anxiety because the day I found out Kiely, I looked up in the area and Google Earth and exact spot stuck out to me in a way I can't explain. Sometimes we get feelings like that.
Uh, yep. It's like a spiritual thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is, sometimes you get feelings like that and you can go back, and I've got a perfect example. You can go back and watch my DNA Doe project video. And like, I was really engulfed in that because I mean, I'd done some serious research, and I was actually filming the end part of my research, and I was on a live, and I had found a different website that took me to another website, and I ended up on this list of missing people. And out of this entire list of all the states and all the cities and all over the place you could imagine, it was thousands and thousands of missing people.
Right.
And this one girl stood out to me, Brandy Osborne. And I mean, she's missing from right there outside my hometown, and I end up getting in contact with her family. And that's a case that I work on in the background. It's a very, very complex case.
I like when you're kind of led to a case like that.
Yeah, it was almost like she tapped me on the shoulder and was
Right.
like, hey, I need you to take a look at this.
That's why I'm saying look at the flyers, because one might stand out to you for a lot of different reasons. Do you want to do you want to talk about her case? I mean, probably not, but so she's missing out of, what state is she missing out of?
She is missing out. She's actually from Illinois, but she is missing out of Calvert City, Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
And her mother is just completely distraught about it. And she went just the irony, she went missing in water too, and allegedly she went missing into floodwaters.
Oh.
She walked into floodwaters, and this is a girl that was terrified of the water, that wouldn't even swim as a child.
Right.
Because
Right.
she had such a fear of water. So
How
it's
long
kind of
ago
one of
was
those things where you're like, okay.
Yeah. Right.
It
Was it
was.
a
I
long?
had to get my notebook out, but it was a few years ago.
Okay.
No, it's been within the past 3 years.
Oh, wow. So it's new.
It is not wanting to turn for me.
The Google Earth.
My computer does not want to work tonight.
I don't know if it's the computer.
There it
Once in a
goes.
while,
Okay.
it'll do that.
All right. So I'm pretty sure this is the area right here. Does that look the same to you? Are we pretty content with that?
The little islandy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I see it up now, yeah, the sand like that. Yeah, come on,
Okay. So the road's way back here, right? That's a road, right?
Mhm.
Am I looking at that
Right.
right? Yeah, that's a road.
Somebody was
That's a
saying,
road. So you're talking
for that long.
Go ahead, Lou.
No, I'm saying for that long. She rode along that, not knowing. I don't know. People were saying that if you made one wrong turn, it would take you down the road that takes you down to the sand. So it's just so hard to say when we find out. Oh, you know what I wanted to ask you is, on some live today, I saw that they were, somebody was saying there was a lot of damage done to the front left of the car or something. Had you heard that?
Yeah, I heard that too earlier, but I did not get that good of a look at the car. to be able
Yeah.
to say whether or not there was damage.
Right.
Because it's a really. No, back it up. Why is it doing that?
I'm curious
I'm
that they'll
telling you,
share.
man. You still there?
Yep. I'm just thinking about my
Okay.
theory and how that would fit in my theory.
Thought-
The crashed part of the car. And it does, but I don't know. Um,
We'll see. But what would she have crashed into?
well,
Unless, I
the
guess, maybe this tree right here.
um,
I mean, unless this is like a dip right here.
I don't. It
And
depends how
she
like
went
bouncy
off,
it
and it
gets.
could have caused damage whenever she went in. I want
That
to see. Will it give me a distance? All right. So we're going to save that. Is it going to give me a distance? No, of course it's not going to work right. Oh, well, yeah, there it went. All right. Why is it doing that? No, we don't want to go back there. Man, I'm telling you, be acting crazy. All right. So back to where we were before my Google Earth tried to take us back to Florida. So I mean, yeah, that's if you were driving across that, you would notice it. In my opinion, you would notice it.
And so, like, I thought for the first week or longer that there was an actual boat launch, but I guess it was just the road. Everything looks so different when you're there, I think, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure, and it's probably huge too.
Hmm.
This is probably a huge area, and
Right.
that's what I'm thinking is you would have to know that you
Yeah.
were
And I'm
driving on this soft sand.
yeah. And it's not normal. You can't drive on beaches like in Texas out here. Like, you can't do that. You know, you would. Mm-mm.
Right.
I wish your
Right. Well,
tire would
even
have done
here, you
that.
can drive in Ormond, but you dare not drive in Daytona
Oh, I
on the
see.
beach
Right.
because it's super soft sand. But Ormond is all packed sand because it's a different type of sand. I know that sounds crazy, but it is. It's even a different color. So you
Well,
could
I've
drive
been to
on it and it
Pensacola,
wouldn't.
and that sand was like
Mm.
white silk. That, I mean, I was really young. Like, we saw the first Star Wars in not Daytona, Pensacola. That's how many years ago it was. But the one thing I took away from that visit was how white and silky the sands were there. And I just always thought it was like that all over Florida.
No, like in Flagler, like Ormond and Flagler, the beaches are red. I'll take a
Red.
video next time we go down through there.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
that,
beaches are red, and the
wow.
tide is like super hard. Like I would
Oh,
never swim down there
right,
ever.
right.
And then like when we went to down to South Florida, the beaches were a different color, and of
So,
course the water is like a lot clearer down there too.
right.
Yeah, Ronnie, you should come in here for missing person. Sorry, it's been a long night. I don't mean to be messing your name up, love. But yeah, you can come in here. Hit us up on Sluggy's channel. I'll drop her link. Usually she's the one that's live, but she's on vacation. And Callie's her co-host over there.
Maybe Ronnie could share some of her top cases she's working on. Get
Ronnie's
some.
perfect. She said just call her Ronnie.
Okay. She can.
Yeah, she said that she's working on the case that the lady in her picture.
Oh, let me see.
I was gonna say make a note of that name.
I can't see it because it's I'm on
Here,
my.
I can make a note of it. Too many tabs. All right, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna look at. I would like to look into that case, and yeah, definitely. Anytime you see us live, I mean, hit us up or comment, or
Yeah,
you're
for sure.
welcome to talk to us anytime. That's why we're here is to do the best we can for the missing
Yeah,
and try to spread the word as far as we can. And like I said, the Kiely case, it brought a lot of the big creators to where a lot of the big creators were definitely on the air, but the craziness started. So
it's these small cases that really need exposure. You know.
right, like Evelyn's case,
Mm-hmm.
baby Evelyn
Oh, Everly.
or Evely. Yes. Oh, there's so many of them. I've make
Mm-hmm.
so many posters. I've got so many names in my head. It's crazy.
Well,
The
Evelyn
Amber
Boswell
Alerts. Yeah, and
is
Evelyn
very.
Boswell, and her mom was supposed to go to court and didn't. So she stays in the back of my mind.
Yeah, that was talked about all last week, so that's probably why that name is on your mind.
One of my Tennessee babies.
Whereabouts in Tennessee? Was she East Tennessee?
She was
Evelyn?
right there and right outside of Hawkins County.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Right there
I
in the
must have,
same area.
I had to have been following a different case at the time. I missed most of her case. And I'm trying to remember what other case was going on where I was. Um, but who knows? There's always, unfortunately, so many, you know.
There really is. It's a constant thing that the missing people. It's insane how many missing people there really are.
Right.
You know, I can't express just my heart goes out to the families of these missing people
Yeah.
and and the creators too that spend all the time.
Uh-huh.
Like Arctic's constantly pumping out videos
Yeah. Yep. He doesn't
of
want
missing people.
case. He doesn't want to miss an opportunity to help any missing person, you know?
I know, and I try to make my flyers, and I feel so bad when I miss one, and it's not that I'm trying to miss them. I just forget, or
Right.
I'm doing another one, or get a message, and
Yeah.
I'm checking my messages. This I had this all set up to run for Kylie, and it didn't want to act right. But I feel like this is important to show that this baby was missing for 2 weeks.
Yep.
And this is, this slide that's playing up here, guys. This is the story that I put together for her. And we
Oh,
have the jewelry and the hoodie,
right.
and then the new hoodie, and just
Can you tell us about
it's heartbreaking.
the little QR code? Now, if you are on your phone and you see that on your screen, do you screenshot to activate it? How does that work?
You can actually just turn on your camera, and your
Uh-huh.
camera will let you open
Oh,
the website right up. You'll have
oh,
a little tiny website that'll pop up on your screen,
right.
and it'll let you open the website right up.
I see. Okay.
Yep. They're actually pretty cool. I
Yeah.
did start putting them on the bottom of my posters. Their link that's on the bottom of my posters goes to my channel, but on some posters, like Everly's poster, it actually has a scanner that goes to her Facebook group, and then there's also one that goes to her petition as well.
Oh,
Again,
that's
sorry guys, I'm
neat.
tired. And then I had one that I'm pretty sure goes to the wall of shame for our beautiful judge in
Oh.
Everly's case too.
Hmm.
If you scan one of them, they're all labeled on there.
Right.
Made her pretty little flyer too. I don't think it's a part of this slide. These were for my missing people, and I feel like even though it's in the title that we are here in this live for Kiely, it's important to also bring these other missing people out as well while we
Yep.
discuss Kiely and what could have been done. I think law enforcement really pushed, and they did what they could and resources. The FBI was involved. We had U.S. Marshals involved, Homeland
Right.
Security. You
Yep.
know, it just sometimes it doesn't come out the way that we all want it to.
That's true. But at least it will initiate conversations that need to be had, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. And like I said, hopefully this will bring some awareness and,
Mm-hmm.
maybe encourage some parents to buy those things that Sluggy has her kids
The air
tagged with, the
tags.
air tags.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about switching the family over to Apple just so I can get some of those because,
Right.
I live in Florida and I think we're like, what is it, number 3 in trafficking?
Um, you know,
And,
it was the trafficking, like it weren't, if I recall, it was states that you wouldn't even have like known. Do you know the other ones? Um,
California is one of them.
yeah. Oh, well, you know why. I mean, yeah. Um,
And
and
well, it's like my oldest son, I'm going to run away and
uh-huh.
you'll never find me in California. Okay. He still ain't made it to California.
It's pretty far. There is one case I saw. I don't remember who put it out, but I was so happy to see it being brought to light again. And I think her name was Candy with a K, and I think the last name was Green. And I know it was one of those states around Kentucky that she went missing. Do you know that case? A blonde-haired, I think she's probably in her 20s, 30s.
Candy Green.
Yeah, Candy with a I or with a K and an I. Um, she was last seen running around a yard, and people had stopped to talk to her. And she ran down to an area that was really woodsy with a lot of snakes. But she was kind of disoriented, and they don't know why, if I recall.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know
it
that one.
slipped through. I think it was like in the height of the Summer Wells case, and she kind of slipped through the cracks, and I felt really bad. But I'm just glad to see that kind of getting around again.
I'm going to have to look into that one too.
Yeah.
You try to look into so many of them and you try to keep all their stories out there and
Right.
level tonight when he did his monkey video and he asked everybody to share a video of monkey or a poster of monkey, and great minds think alike because yesterday I went through, I think it was yesterday, and I retweeted and reposted everything I had for monkey, all of his flyers and stuff that I've made him over time,
Yeah.
because it's important. It is so important to put their faces back out there even if
Yep.
they've been missing for years.
Yeah.
You don't know what happened. You don't know if that person was in an accident, they lost their memory. you know
Mm-hmm.
they belong to somebody.
Yep.
So, recirculate these cases. And guys, if you see somebody on one of my posters or you see somebody on a slide or a poster that has my name attached to it, please reach out and say, "Hey, this person's been found," because I love to do those. Those
Yes.
those make my heart smile to be able to go in
Mm-hmm.
and put found safe on a
Yeah.
poster.
Yep.
It broke my heart to have to go on tonight and put, a rest in peace together
Right.
for Kiely. It
Mm.
really did. It absolutely broke my heart tonight.
Yeah, because like you spend all this time like pushing her case, and let's find her, but you don't kind of prepare for when they do. It's just kind of hits you, you know.
Right. And sometimes it hits hard when
Mm-hmm.
you spend so much time on these cases,
Yeah, and so true.
and you reach out, and you're reaching out to other creators, and you're networking, and you're sharing, and you're I hate to say investigating, but you're sleuthing, and you're looking around, and you're watching and listening, and
Yeah,
and it's not to be vindictive by any means. We're just here to help. That's all we're trying to do is help bring the missing home and do some good work.
yeah,
We've lost it in the media. We really have. We've lost the the care, I guess. And I hate to put it that way, but we've lost the care for humanity. What about our missing? What about you know
yeah.
being able, like, but checking made a good point. They don't put them on milk cartons anymore because we don't have milk cartons. We got plastic. Okay.
That's so true, though.
But like you were able to share with us, and I shared it with the group.
Oh, good, the bag.
The bags. They love the bags. I love the bags. Why are we not
Yeah,
have the bags everywhere?
right. I mean, even on a can of Coke. I mean, there's so many. Because you could even put the QR code for a missing person on a soda can, like anything. Just come on, you know. Because
Right.
people, one person is somebody's everybody, everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's somebody's son, somebody's daughter.
Yep.
Breaks my heart. It absolutely does.
And the cases, a lot of the times that the cases that get a lot of attention, it's because they have a strong family, they have a strong community, but not everyone has that. A lot of times
Right.
people go missing and their family doesn't speak English, or their family doesn't, they're not community minded, they don't understand where to start, they just don't, they're lost. And so those are a lot of times the cases that just kind of get no attention, unfortunately.
And it's sad.
Yeah, it's not because people don't care, it's just that people aren't, the average person is not going to do all the legwork like we would do to find out about a missing person. So if you don't have it out there ready for them to see and know all the details in the story, they're not going to search for it. It's not what the average person does. So maybe we just need a more stronger advocate appointed person for each case. I know other countries have that. I've seen it. They take their missing cases very seriously.
And I don't understand why we don't here.
You know what?
I
There's
really don't.
one, maybe one time we could talk about, because I know this is a problem out there with missing cases, is when somebody lives in one city or county but yet goes missing in a different one, then you have that kind of, well, it's their responsibility, no, it's theirs, and then they just get batted back and forth. That's an issue. I've come across that so much. That needs to be fixed.
And internal law enforcement as well. You call the higher law enforcement, and they say, "Oh no, county level is handling it." So you call county level, and they're like, "No, you're
Uh-huh.
going to have to call state level." And state
Right.
level's like, "No, we don't handle that." But again, guys, I will always go back to this. I almost fell out of my chair. Called the GBI, that would be the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, and I was told by a GBI agent that they do not handle missing persons. I was doing a
Yeah.
poster and could not get any information on a teenager online. So I did what I always do, reached out to talk to a detective or somebody there that could help me in the missing persons. And I was told by the GBI that they do not handle missing persons. I almost fell over. I just told the girl to have a good night and got off the phone because I was floored. Absolutely floored.
Yeah, you would think like that's the kind of messy stuff that needs to be cleaned up. It's just too much of a mess, you know?
It really is. It really is. And I mean, and that's not all law enforcement. Again, I'm not saying that it's all law enforcement. It's just that some of these states have got away with the good old boy system for so long that
Right.
that's all they know, and they know they can get away with it because there's nobody watching.
Well, if
There's
there's
nobody standing there.
yeah.
There's nobody watching what's going on.
Yep.
And they're absolutely doing whatever they want, and it's not fair to the people that need the law enforcement, that need the attention.
It shouldn't be a fight to report somebody missing either. There's always, you know, there's so many different scenarios and it's just such a fight. I think we've gotten past, thankfully, years of people thinking that somebody has to be missing for 40 hours or whatever. I think we're finally, it's becoming like general knowledge that that's not true, you know?
Right. That's craziness.
Yeah, that was big.
Missing for that long. I mean, come on. We all know that the first 24 hours is crucial to start with.
Yeah.
Craziness. Like I said, these guidelines. And I could rant all night long. Kylie
Yeah.
didn't get an Amber Alert. What do you have? You have her heartbroken mother
Mm-hmm.
saying, my daughter didn't get an Amber Alert. Well, it's because we live in a system where there is no justice system
It's very,
because it's a broken.
yeah.
It's just like everybody you see on your screen right now, these are all missing natives from the Navajo. The FBI released a list of 170 people, 168 faces are flashing across your screen right now. These are all
What?
missing
That
people.
many?
Yes.
Are these from
That's
all over the United States?
no, these are all from Arizona and New Mexico.
Oh, just
Every single
Southwest.
person you see.
Oh
And a
my,
lot of these are teenagers.
right.
And each one of these flyers can be found on my page. But do
Right.
you know that I would say out of 170, I maybe found the remnants of 10 Amber Alerts, if that.
Mm. Yeah, that's not something that we can even. I don't want to diss it, but it's not reliable anymore. Like I was
Nope.
wondering why we can't have like a lower alert. Like, okay, we have a teenager that's missing. We know most of the time they're going to end up home. But can we get one that's maybe a little less urgent than like a 2-year old, you know? Um,
Right.
just anything as long as there is an alert. People make it an option, make it something you can download, you know?
Right. We need something. It's crazy.
Have you ever been somewhere and seen someone get an Amber Alert and not even look and just kind of like hit their phone to make it stop the
Yes.
noise? I see
Yes, I
that all
have.
the time. And
Mhm.
it's kind of shocking because you don't get alerts all the time. So when you do, well, why are you like, I don't know. I think everyone has this feeling like they're not going to make a difference. It won't be them that sees that car or
Right. And it's unfortunate, but
yeah,
that's
it is.
I see it more often than anything. People are it's almost like they're embarrassed that their phone's going off. So hurry up and cut your phone off. It's an Amber Alert.
Right, right.
Come on, guys.
Sorry for the
Those are in
disturbance.
place for somebody else's family.
Right.
It's heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking, and I wanted to bring the footage of Kylie tonight and just kind of discuss what we had going on here.
I'm glad you did.
And,
Yeah.
it just breaks my heart. It absolutely does. It really does.
Yeah.
It breaks my heart, but thank goodness it gives me something that I can focus on and feel like I'm doing a good thing
Right.
and be able to, at least share what I can share to help the families and help the missing.
Yeah. And like adventures with purpose. I like the word purpose because don't let this I never know how to quite explain this, but take this and do something with this case. Share another
Right.
case in its place, or have that conversation, change your rules, or everyone go out. They were talking about earlier on the live to go out, and I guess they have one of those window tappers on a keychain. So you don't got to fumble around your car looking for it if you need it, you know. Um, so many things that you can turn this tragedy into something to help others in her name.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, guys. And Adventures with Purpose does great work. And, I think I heard a lady say earlier that they had a store where you could go and purchase stuff like that, and also that they had videos where you can go and watch videos on what to do if something was to happen and you were to go into the water in your vehicle.
Yeah, they have, like, I bought a t-shirt a while back, but I went to it tonight. They have, the t-shirts and stickers, but they even have like magnet fishing kits, which is kind of cool. And just be out there in the community and see what's going on, see how people are helping each other. It's awesome.
Yeah, that is super cool. I did not know they had all that on their site.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And
know they're a good
honestly,
group of guys.
Amazon is so cheap to get anything like that. And if you do, like, whoever it was, somebody was saying, if you live near a body of water, you need to have one, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with that.
Well, the bodies of water out here are generally, at least in Southern California, are generally
I do
blocked up.
agree with that.
Yeah. But
I have the two bridges, or one bridge, but either way, if you're going back and forth, it's two separate bridges that I have to cross.
right,
And I'm not a fan of water.
right,
Freaks me out, to be perfectly honest.
right. I can relate to that. But when I was in Orlando, I was in a big,
There we go.
those rented bus things. We were driving along, and so I could look down, and I could not believe the amount of bodies of water that you could literally just veer off the road and land in. They're everywhere. So everyone near bodies of water, please go get one of those um, window tapper things. I don't know what to call them.
Oh, definitely. Window buster. No, that's not what they're called.
That sounds good to me. Window busters.
Tater's asleep. He could tell you what it's called. Because he collects knives, and generally, if you get a good quality like camping knife,
Yeah.
it comes with one of those on the end of it. And I cannot think of what it's called to save
Oh
my
wow.
soul. I'll think about it when I get off the live. It'll hit me, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, oh,
Right. Of course.
that's what it was.
Mm-hmm. Always afterwards, right?
I cannot remember what it was, but I tell you, I used to have this little hammer
Yeah.
that was super cool, and
Yeah.
one end of it unscrewed, and it had like screwdrivers and stuff in it, but it was old. It was an old piece from like the 70s, but it was perfect, and I kept it in the glove box. So just in
Right.
case I went into water,
Right.
so I could,
Yep.
bust the windows out. And,
Yeah.
I think I've told this story before on lives, but my dad knew that I had a fear of water. I had a recurring dream when I was a kid that I went off a bridge into water.
Oh no way.
So I had, yeah, dude, it was bad. So I had a fear. Every time we would go over the bridge, I'd have a fear. So my dad would, he would mess with me and he'd say, "Okay, everybody, we're getting ready to go over the bridge. Roll the windows
Oh,
down in case the car goes in."
right. Oh my gosh. The terror.
So now I can't help but think about it. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh.
Right. Yeah.
And then I sat here the other night and I watched. Oh, I should have grabbed his channel link. That is so bad of me, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm a terrible host. But there, it's a video that you can watch, and it is a guy. He's a professional diver, and he goes in a car underground or underwater, not underground, underwater, and like he panics, and the safety diver has to get him out because he could not last longer than a minute
Wait, wait,
in
wait.
this.
Was it for like a safety challenge kind of thing?
No, it was like a demonstration more
Oh,
of
okay.
what would
Yeah.
happen,
Right.
if you could get out of the vehicle, like
Right.
if you
Right.
were underwater,
Uh-huh.
how fast would you panic and lose oxygen?
Right.
I'll be honest with you, I'm going to immediately panic. Oxygen's gone.
Yeah.
You guys are, you guys are going to be, on a live talking about, well, that crazy woman, she should have rolled the windows down because I'm going to freak. I'll be honest with you, I don't do
Absolutely.
water.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I have a fear of water, absolute fear of water. That's why
Well, it's
I live
powerful.
right here on beachside where hurricanes hit, and I'm done. I mean, it's over
Right.
with. You know, I've got enough boogie boards and stuff in here that I'm going to float to mainland, or at least attempt to do so. I can
Well, you
fight
would
the
believe
sharks.
I try and tell anyone anytime I'm at the beach, like the water is nature, dude. It's powerful. You can't mess with it because people get knocked down all the time or they turn their backs. That's the worst thing you can do. Like they're standing, you know, at the edge of like the beach. And I see people like giggling and posing for pictures with the waves behind them. I'm like, you're crazy. Here it comes. Boom. It's water is, you need to understand that it's bigger than you know?
And these people that, and yeah, I'm here, so I see some of the craziest stuff ever too. You're on beach too, so you understand. But you have these
Yeah.
people that come down and they just turn their kids loose in the ocean.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. I see it all the time.
It's like, do you have any idea? Oh my goodness. And, this just doesn't happen to little people. This, like I think it was 2 months ago, we had a 12-year-old boy drown right out in front of the Hard Rock. Riptide got him.
Oh, man, that sucks.
The water's
It's
a monster.
horrible.
Fire is a monster and water is a monster. They're two things you
Yep.
absolutely have got to respect.
Yep.
And if you're partying around water, guys, mom moment here. If you're partying around water, do it responsibly. Have a
Yes.
designated driver. If you're going to make choices like that, have that one person that's going to step up, rotate who's the designated driver if that's what it
Yeah.
takes.
Right. Yep.
So that
That's
way,
true.
be safe. Be your friend's friend because you know what? You are your first defense to your own safety. Just like I tell people, you are your first defense to your child's safety.
It's true.
When you're a teenager and you're learning who you are, and I'm not saying don't go out and learn who you are by any means. Also, I'm not saying go do drugs and drink and act crazy either. But do it responsibly, guys, and
Yeah.
use the buddy system.
Yeah. Especially because when people get drunk, I mean, they always wander off. There's a lot of people intoxicated, they're wanderers and they wander off down the beach. And you know, you don't know when you're going to pass out. So,
Right. And stay off of floats if you're drunk.
off what? Float.
Floaties.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Talking about lake parties.
Yeah.
I was, I don't know, I was probably in my mid 20s. And we had went camping up at LBL, which is kind of the same kind of a national park campground. And a bunch of us girls, we got all the kids to bed. It was a long day. So we all decided we were going to get some drinks and go out and sit in floats in the moonlight in the lake. And, a mother's instinct, because one of the girls that was out there with us, she had her phone out there with her in one of the waterproof pouches or whatever, and her mom calls and she's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "We're just sitting around." She's like, "Where are you guys at?" Because I guess she could hear the lake.
Right.
And we're like, "We're on floaties. Are y'all drunk? Possibly. Get out of the lake. And we were grown. So don't trust your kids drinking at
Right.
lakes.
It's true.
Moral of the story, guys.
Yep.
Don't drink in boat. Don't drink in lake.
It's
And
true.
don't drug in lake either.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, I could think of so many scenarios over the years.
Yeah, Ronnie, I tend to agree the irresponsibility of the parents, but then again, with teenage kids, how many of the parents do we know that actually knew their kids were going to a party in the middle of a campground? I have to look at it from that standpoint too, because I raise boys.
Right.
And I have one that would have a stomach ulcer if he told me an untruth. And then I
Yeah.
have one that gave me a grandson at 17.
You know what? It's true that they all have different personalities, and you're not going to be able to trust them equally. And um, oh, there's so much I would go back and change decision wise, but sometimes you just do the best you can for the moment. But
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
there's nothing that happened at that party that they couldn't have, that is that big of a miss. Like if they stayed home that night, it's just, I don't know. It's a bummer.
It is really a total bummer, dude.
Yep.
Because a party like that's supposed to be, a celebration of everybody, ending one cycle of their life and starting a new cycle into college. And, my heart goes out to the kids that knew Kylie and were there.
Right.
And, now they have to start their new cycle with life with the mourning of loss of a friend who apparently was, according to her mom, she was the light of the room. She loved music.
Mm-hmm.
Was a beautiful person, a beautiful personality. She was always smiling. I mean, you can see in her pictures. She was
Yeah.
a very, very happy girl.
Yeah.
A very happy girl.
Kind of seemed to know where she
So,
was going
I
in
can
life
only
too.
wish. Right. She just seemed like she was a, a glowing ball of sunshine to be around.
Right.
And it breaks my heart to know that, another angel taken too soon.
In all fairness, it's similar to the is it the Kanika Jenkins case where the mom dropped her off at a hotel? You think, okay, she's encased in a hotel. What could go wrong?
Right.
You know? And it's like this. Okay, you're 10 miles from home. You're at a place where you know everyone. What could go wrong? I think, people just need to remember that, yeah, she had some liberal rules, but if she was a good girl and she never really caused any problems, then then she earned that trust. And it's just unfortunate. It's all there is to it.
It really is. It's heartbreaking, dude.
Yep. So now we wait to see, what the toxicology says, see what shape the car is in. There's a lot of questions still lingering that we're going to have
Hmm.
to wait for that will tell
Yep.
us the story.
And this will be the part that'll take forever. It will seem, guys, you
Hmm.
think we've been waiting 2 weeks to find this baby?
Right.
This is going to be a lifetime.
You know
It
what?
won't be, but it'll feel that way.
Exactly. It'll be interesting too to see now that they have the car and everything, if everything the cops have now will match the stories that were told to them.
Right.
So it's just more torturous waiting, but
Well,
nothing could be
I have
more.
to say, they better hope them stories match up.
Yeah. Yep.
Because this baby got a whole lot of people
Mm-hmm.
looking for her.
That's right.
And she had a whole lot of people rooting for her.
She did.
So they better hope that all of their crossed T's and dotted I's are there. Because
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you what, that lady that was doing those press conferences with law enforcement did not
Yeah.
look like she would be too happy about having to re interview somebody that lied to her.
I agree. I totally agree. She means business.
She absolutely was on point.
Yeah,
If it
I
was
agree.
not something that she was qualified to answer, she was not about what, well, hang on, nope, let me pass it on here.
Right.
Sergeant will take care of it, or,
Right.
whatever the case was, whoever's was better to answer that question. I have to say, I've had nothing but respect for the Truckee police and all the
Right.
law enforcement that was involved. Like they did great keeping the press conferences up. They did great with making sure that the public was aware of updates that were coming to them.
That's very true. Yeah.
They really did. They did amazing.
Yeah.
I have to say, being somebody that was updating flyers, it was like every other day I'm putting something different on there, to the point where I just made her another flyer, because
Right.
after you start adding and changing stuff on the original, it doesn't look right anymore, and
Yeah.
and I'm always thankful for those updates. And it's like
Yeah.
every time you get an update, you think, well, maybe we're a little bit closer, maybe we're a little bit closer.
Yeah.
And there's those handful of cases where those updates are taking us a little bit closer and a little bit closer, and those are the cases why we keep pushing, and we keep staying in here and doing what we do, just like Jill and baby Lydia, and all of them, all the
Mm-hmm.
babies. I could
Yeah.
just keep going. Monkey, I mean, I could sit here for the next 2 hours and just rant about all the missing babies. But I have to say one thing, Callie, even though that Adventures with Purpose went and found Kiely, deceased, unfortunately, this did bring them to go and look for Jaleesa Fuentes. So, you know,
Is she the one out of Selma?
yes.
Okay. I'm not, Selma was down by Fresno, so it's a ways back down. But do you know her circumstances offhand? I don't know them.
I don't want to quote, but I believe that she was last seen leaving work. But I've also heard it was a party. So I would have to refresh. Like I said, I've made like 10 flyers since then and looked into 10
Right.
different stories since then. So don't quote me
Yeah.
on that, guys. It was either leaving work or leaving a party. I'm not going to swear to which one.
Right.
And I know that I had heard and read in a couple places that she had tried to video chat somehow, way, form, or fashion app that you can use to video chat through. I'm not quoting which one, guys.
Yeah.
Um, that her sister had missed the calls from her.
Oh,
But I have her flyer as well with her car and everything. Thank goodness we have a description of the vehicle she was allegedly last seen in. So
okay.
you know,
Yeah, I saw her flyer, and I remember seeing like Selma, California, and was like, I've never heard of that town. So I looked on a map, and yeah, it was by Fresno, but I didn't read the details before, I got distracted by yet another case. It just keeps going.
yep. And it happens so often. Like I'll jump into my group to post a flyer, and you'll see a flyer like last night, and this is straight truth. It was a father looking for his daughter, and those are the posts that grab your heart. when
Right.
Facebook had it, because I'm assuming because of the algorithm, the way the algorithm works, it automatically threw this guy's profile and his post into my feed. And it was a father crying out, you
Mm,
know, missing kid.
awful.
And you scroll through the comments and there's a mom in there
Oh,
with
no
another
way.
missing teenager.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, what is
Yeah,
going on with
I
law
know.
enforcement? Why are these parents not getting help?
Yeah,
What damn difference does it make if it's a runaway?
I
It's a
know.
kid.
Right.
What
And
damn difference does it make?
it
It's
doesn't.
just
The
like
streets are
Kylie's
unkind. And
case. They come out and they said, "Oh, we think it's an abduction." Where the hell was her Amber Alert?
right, right. Yeah,
Where the hell was her Amber Alert? That's what I
yeah,
want to know. What happened?
yeah.
Hello. What the hell happened when you have law enforcement come out and say, "We think it was an abduction"?
Then they're supposed to do an Amber Alert.
I'm sorry, something has gone terribly wrong, guys.
I agree.
Like terribly wrong.
And sometimes it gets worse before it gets better. And it can't really get any more worse than it is right now. So, um, somebody behind the scenes needs to start ironing this out and see where it did go wrong and where we can go from here, you know?
Absolutely. I agree. It's just heartbreaking, man.
It wouldn't be a bad idea for law enforcement to actually work with some true crime YouTubers to get some input because, you know, they can't spend as much time talking to the families. I mean, they take the reports and then they got to move on to the next thing, you know? But
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of times, in the small towns, you call and you speak to the lady detective, and the detective is also the sheriff, and
uh-huh,
he's got seven other
hats
different
that he wears.
titles that he carries. Right.
Uh,
Right. You know what?
right.
You got overworked police officers that
Well,
are
then they
doing the
need to
best that they
develop.
can.
Well, they need to develop like a routing. Like, okay, if you can't do this, that's fine, but it needs to be routed out. You know, I
Right.
know like a while back they changed our whole 911 system where I live. For a while, it was, I think it was like the highway patrol, and then they switched it. I mean, it's just, I'm glad they did whatever they had to do because the town got bigger. But whatever they have to do, just somebody get on the ball and do it, you know? This is ridiculous.
I'm telling you, we're going to end up in Washington,
Sign
standing
me
on the
up.
steps.
Sign me
I'm
up.
telling you,
I'll go with you. I'll be there.
going to end up in Washington, standing on the steps, screaming, "How many kids do we have to lose? How many people do we have to lose? How many senior citizens do we have to lose before people qualify for silver alerts? How
Right.
many of our autistic people are we going to lose because you don't feel like they qualify for an Amber Alert, or their doctor's on vacation? So the mom standing there telling you, "I've got 17 files in my hand," is not good enough because you can't get a doctor on the phone.
Yeah, it's awful. I mean, you could probably call out and ask for, you know, family members to come forward and explain their story of how their missing loved one wasn't taken seriously. And you would probably get so many contacts, you know? It shouldn't be a common thing, but
Oh, it is, though. It is. And I
mm-hmm.
mean, I've got the whole series, the 13th District, the murder billboard. That's the
Right.
murdered and missing billboard. That's where those families could not get help from law enforcement
Yeah.
for missing people. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane
Like,
that
how
you
is this
can't get
happening in
help.
America, right?
Exactly. Exactly. We live in America. But yet, you know, we're
And
just,
it's
it's
2022. What's going on here?
broken. It's broken.
It's so broken.
It's craziness. It's absolutely craziness.
Sure is.
You know,
Well, it's got to keep being loud. Keep
yeah,
doing those petitions and pushing the unrest so they hear and they
that's all we
understand that,
can do.
yeah, that the citizens are fed up. That's how you get change.
We have to be a voice. We have to be a loud voice
Mm-hmm.
because they don't hear us if you whisper.
That's right. That's for sure.
You got to be loud and obnoxious and say, hey, this is what we have to say. Listen to us speak.
Well, it's a healthy frustration. You know, it's justified frustration. Why people are angry.
It's like, we're not asking for much. We're just asking for, you know, I don't know. I'm going to keep going and keep going and keep going until Elon gives me my missing.
Your channel.
I'm not asking for much, Elon.
Right.
I just want, my YouTube channel that streams our missing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, trying to get too deep off in your pockets. I know you got some computers sitting there. You can loan the missing. Let us get that.
I honestly feel like there's more concern for animals than there is humans these days.
Right. Right.
I
And
mean,
that's a whole nother rant.
I know it is. I know it is. And I'll be there for it if you ever do it.
I'm telling you, dude, I could get on a whole nother rant about people and how
Mm,
they treat their animals better than they do their kids.
I
And,
know. Oh, I'm,
yeah.
let me know.
Oh no, why is it? I was trying to pull up another video for us here, but it's not wanting to play fair, of course. Nothing wants to work right. There we go. It's an actual news video here. But yeah, I could totally rant about animals. I mean, I'm not saying I don't have spoilt little foo-foo dogs, because I do.
Right.
And I'm not going to say I don't have a completely spoilt, absolutely rotten pit bull.
Right.
But, what can you do? All right,
It
guys,
has
I
nothing to
found
do with.
this news footage. So I'm going to let this, I don't know if
Oh,
it's got
wow.
any sound. So credit to KCRA News 3. I thought it had sound. Apparently not. But this looks different than what we had a while ago. So
It does.
I don't know if it will
That
get
looks
any
dark.
bigger.
Like it was in the evening.
Yeah, I think this is like right at the end.
Right.
Yeah, here's her vehicle. This is the end of it.
Mm.
Where it was an hour and 20 minutes long, but for some reason my OBS would only record 11 seconds of it, so I'm not sure what's
I
going on
see.
with that. I'm going to have to look at it and see
Yeah.
what happened there. But this, I felt it was important to go ahead and pull this up while we sit here and talk for a few more minutes. But my background noise is probably going to get on my nerves. More than likely. There we go. That should be better to see. All right. So that's better to see.
Looks like a submarine, really. Is that a
Yep.
sandbank or is that the actual? Oh. I see what I'm seeing.
Yep. See the buoy? You got the buoy, and then that's her car. And then I believe this is a diver over here by the crowd of people that's kind of off in the water a few feet.
Uh-huh. I mean, so close.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Even if it went off down here on this other side,
Uh-huh.
I don't think you guys could see my cursor, but
No, I can't.
yeah, is it my OBS? Because I have pointers and stuff, so that irritates me. But either way, even if she went off down here, in my opinion, it's possible that the vehicle was carried by the water.
Right. It does look like there's a kind of a sandbank underneath there. I don't know.
I mean, when they were in there moving around earlier in the video,
Mm-hmm.
like the full live, you could see the silt on the bottom moving around.
Yeah.
So it's definitely loose in there. It's definitely loose sands. Definitely loose sands. But 14 feet of water, that's not much at all.
No, it's not. No,
I'm
it's
6 foot
not.
tall, and I keep
Right.
trying to put in my mind, I'm 6 foot tall, so that's a little bit over 2 of me.
Right.
That's not that far into the water. And I mean, I don't mean any disrespect to anybody that searched for her, but how did they not see
Right.
the top of her car in 14 foot of water? Because a kayak or something, a raft, is not going to make that much movement on the bottom. I mean, unless you're taking your oar and just digging into the bottom and
Right.
using it to propel. I don't know.
It's not murky water. I mean, it's beautiful and clear. I don't understand, but I'm sure tomorrow I'm anxious for them to kind of explain what is the shadow. Do you see the shadow, or is that sand under her car?
See, it could be sand, or you have to keep in mind that they said in the original Facebook post, like I said, that has been edited, guys, but I think I have a screenshot of it if anybody needs receipts, that the vehicle was upside down, so it may possibly be fluids
Oh, yeah.
from when they turned the vehicle over.
Right.
It's very possible that that's what it is. I mean, and then again, all the fluids may have already leaked out of it. I don't know.
Or it's just like disturbed.
Or it is disturbed, right? Sand and silt, and
Uh-huh.
Because you got to think, you've had divers underneath there, you've had Adventures with Purpose, you've had divers. Now you've had boats going around the area.
Yeah.
They've put a steel cable out there. You know what I'm saying? That steel cable's been dragging around to pull it up on the rollback.
Is this like an optical illusion, or is it getting closer to the shore?
No, it's getting closer to the shore. They're slowly pulling it in.
Okay. My goodness.
Yeah, it's kind of coming in sideways.
Yeah.
So I would assume that once they did get it flipped over, they probably let it settle, and then whenever got it hooked on wherever the best place to hook on was. My sister drives one of those cars, but I've never been up underneath of it, so I'm not sure if it's a unibody. I mean, I'm sure it is a unibody underneath. But I have to say, they were diligent about getting the privacy wall down there.
Right. I saw like 3 of them.
I mean, I can't say that, with helicopter footage, but thank goodness that they did get the privacy wall down there for people that are, boots on the ground.
Yeah.
With cameras zooming in and whatnot.
Yeah, they had like a whole row of the wall.
And I have to say that, and I do think that it was amazing of them to go ahead and use the tarpon as well to cover her vehicle.
Yeah.
Well, welcome in, True Monitor. This is our police Depths are severely understaffed in Portland, Oregon. Do you ladies have similar issues in your cities too? Yeah, I'm in Daytona Beach and they're constantly asking for officers. You see it actually on the TV. Like it is a promotional video almost about all the bonuses that you can make to become a Daytona Beach police officer.
Yeah, I've seen that here too.
And I'm not being disrespectful, but I would say we have probably 80% more homeless than we do police here. It's really sad.
I'm seeing them push the bonuses and sign on and all that stuff for everything from the what are the immigration officers? I can't think what they're called.
Border Patrol?
Um, what'd you call it?
Border Patrol?
Yeah, Border Patrol, CHP. You guys have the highway patrol. What do you guys call it out there?
State Police is what they call it here. Florida Highway Patrol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they like where I'm from, we have vehicle enforcement too. And like they can pull over like truck drivers or regular drivers, like vehicle enforcement. As they just kind of do the whole interstate. You
Oh,
have state
that's
police
what
there
our
too.
highway patrol does. Okay.
Yeah, homeless is a huge problem there too. Yeah, I've heard Oregon. Yeah, it's terrible here in Daytona. It looks like I lost Callie. She'll be back. We're just taking a look here at the recovery of 16-year-old Kylie Rodney out of Truckee, California. There she is.
Hey,
Hey.
I meant to hit chat. I wanted to read the comment and I hit leave. I wanted to see the comment about okay, true Montour, state police here too. So in Oregon, it's state police instead of oh yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, I think Texas, they got to be different than everybody else. She's been following her case from the beginning. It's very sad. Yeah, we have as well. I mean, I've seen her poster come up, and I actually had about 10 other posters that I was working on at the time. And then by the time I had made it back to her poster, it was like the entire YouTube world had grabbed onto her story. So it's a very, very sad case. She had a very promising future.
Yeah, it's really sad to hear about like what her plans were, like what she wanted to do and become, and it's really sad.
Oh, absolutely. And 16 years old, already graduated, had her whole life ahead of her, dude. Her
I
whole
thought
life
back
ahead
to
of
my
her.
daughter's sweet 16 birthday party and just where she was at in her mind and in her life, and it's just so young, you know.
True Montour says, I have a daughter the same age and it hits home. Oh,
Oh
I bet I've got a son that's 17. If
yeah.
you, and you're always welcome to come back and hang out, but, you'll hear me refer to him as Tater. And the reason why I keep him off of camera is because he is still 17, but you'll hear him in the background sometimes. And sometimes he'll get on the mic because he's very intelligent. Some of the things that we talk about when it comes to different police codes and questions and things like that. But he's 17 too, and I couldn't help but think about, and we live
Right.
here on a coast, and on the coast, so these kids do the same thing,
Right.
And what terrifies me is there's also all these little islands, and I'm sure they're out there too. You've got all these damn little islands that these kids want to go out and hang out on, and that terrifies me too.
They swim out there, or do they take little boats, or what?
Oh yeah, they'll take their little boats out there and
Oh wow.
hang out on these little islands. And man,
Mm-hmm.
the islands are dangerous. I mean, you don't necessarily have to worry about the gators out there because of the salt water, but it's the people.
Yeah.
And not
sure.
to mention, you get drunk and fall in the inlet.
That's the thing. If you
There's
go there to drink,
sharks.
then you got to go back.
Right. Right. And I think this is the end where they pulled her car up. Yeah, and again, they did a really good job with covering her vehicle up. I have to say,
Yeah.
very, very respectful job.
Yeah.
I have to say, I have been lost without Sluggy. And sorry, guys, I mean a cookie.
Yeah. She
I know
needs a
you
break.
have been too.
Yeah. It's weird. She's the caller.
She would have been all over this.
Uh-huh.
She's doing good on her no true crime vacation, though. I'm proud of
Right.
her.
That's got to be tough.
It has to be because these cases they get to her like they do us, and
Right. And when things change every single day,
yeah.
every hour sometimes.
What was it she said yesterday that she took 2 hours off of YouTube, so she was 4 days behind in YouTube days?
Probably.
I like to die. I was like, oh, that's great. That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
So Tremonter said, when I told my daughter about Kiely's story, she said parties are dumb. So her anxiety is paying off a little. Right.
Enjoy
Right.
that.
Tater
Just
has social anxiety too. So he does really well online and he does really well on games. He actually does gamer competitions and stuff. And he wants to be like a fighter pilot or something that, completely makes me gray thinking about it.
mm-hmm.
So, but he it settles my stomach that he's not like my oldest, who was, how shall we say, hell on wheels, if you will.
Yeah.
And he was my wild child. He was my, mom, I'm gonna go and stay at so and so's house, and oh cool, all right,
Right.
bud, have fun. And
Yeah.
then, I'm brought home my 14-year-old son by two teenage boys that have got him hung over their shoulders like a sack of potatoes because he has not only miscorrected his skateboard and how well he could ride it, but went down about a half a mile on a road on his knees, caught his knees on fire, and rode the skateboard.
No way.
Yeah, so the story of teenage kids. And that's just one story. That kid kept me going, don't you think, for a
So did
second?
mine. Yeah.
That kid kept me going. You have these teenagers. Like I said, hold your teenagers close and hug them tight and tell them you love
Yeah.
them and
And tell
tell
them
them that
no.
stop growing
No.
up so fast. And no, absolutely, no, 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 no.
They will get over it. You think you
Oh
don't want to
yeah.
break their heart, but they will get over it. There'll be another party. There'll be another whatever. Just keep pushing it off as much as you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Let them grow up after they're grown.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, even after they're grown, send that text, tweet, Facebook, take 2 seconds out of your day to say hello to your children or your mom or your dad or whoever your person is. Take time out to hold your kids a little tighter.
Yeah.
And, it's Monday morning here. I know in some places this is a different day because some of my subs, I know Jody was here earlier. She's probably went to bed by now. Or to work, actually. She's in Australia. Bed, work, bed. She would be in bed, wouldn't she? Kelly, what time is
I
it in
think
Australia?
it's tomorrow.
It is tomorrow.
Like literally like 24 hours ahead or something.
So I know she was hanging out here with us in the beginning. But like I said, either way, Monday, Tuesday, whatever day it is for you, grab your kids and hold them tighter.
Yeah.
Because this is, let's let these stories show us lessons, like Callie said, and not be in vain.
Yeah.
Definitely not be in vain, guys. And like I said, you know, on American Dream Chasers panel the other night. When you guys are in chat, when you're on these panels and you're talking about Kiely's case, please, please, please remember that her mother, her father, her grandfather, somebody that's a friend might see a YouTube video just checking her hashtag. Don't be the person that bashed a family.
Mm-mm.
Don't be the person that bashed a victim.
Yep.
Please, from the bottom of my heart. And I know that might be boring, and nobody, nobody wants they want the what I call the clucks and the views, because
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it is. It's a bunch of hens sitting around in a hen house. Let's get the clucks and the views. Please don't do that in these cases, guys. You know,
Well, and you know what? You don't need to state the obvious. I mean, there's like the parents don't need to be raked over the coals for this.
absolutely.
And millions of parents have made this same decision and so much other more liberal decisions, and their kids came home and it didn't make an impact on them because their kids came home. So just don't bash them at all.
Right, for any reason, ever. Don't bash families. And don't bash each other while I'm on the
Right.
subject.
Yeah, no
Be
kidding.
kind to each other. Seriously, it's hard enough the cases that we cover, and I am going to go on a little rant here, and still stay on Kiely's case. You know,
Yeah.
guys, be kind to one another. If you watch one of Arctic's videos, at the end of every one of his videos, he says, "Be kind to one another."
Right.
You know, don't bully people. Don't take hate.
Yep.
Don't spread hate. Spread positivity. Spread love. Because what we do here on this side of YouTube, it's already enough negativity. There's monsters everywhere.
It's true.
We spend hours in the minds of a monster. Don't be a monster. Don't be a bully. Don't be an ass.
Right.
Please. And know somebody's story before you attack them for something you assume.
Right. For sure.
And if you have a question, go to that person and ask that person directly. And let me
Right.
tell you something. If you don't have thick skin, your place is not on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
because you've got to understand that this is a very emotionally straining place to be, and people say things and do things that they may not mean, but you don't know what somebody else is going through, and you don't know how they're going to take that.
That's true. I mean, it's crazy everywhere on YouTube, but come to the true crime community and there's a lot of hurt people, a lot of angry people, frustrated people, and sad people. And then there's people that are just very passionate, and all that together can sometimes cause a lot of what we see on the streets, you know?
Yeah, it's terrible. Look at it. True Montour says, "That's for sure. I've seen some terrible things in the past 2 weeks."
Yeah, same.
I have to say, I apologize. I've never seen you around the streets before. Honey, I've seen some of the most disgusting things you could ever imagine the past year and a half on YouTube.
Right. I know.
I mean, I come from Facebook, and I really thought people were savage over there. But, honey, they ain't got nothing on these people. These people are savage.
Yep.
These people
And
are straight savage. And I mean,
and
they
they're
will go
relentless
after
too.
you.
Mm-hmm.
They will go after you in real life.
Yep.
And I mean, and it's almost like people get in these little cult cliques and
Mm-hmm.
they want to attack other people. And it's not right. It's not right. So you had, and I mean, no disrespect, but you have big names that come out and they say, "Hey, this is my opinion." And then you've got 5,000 people standing behind them. Right. Like high school. Absolutely. You've got 5,000 people standing behind them. But the only difference in
Right.
this in high school is this is dangerous. This is dangerous. I mean, a lot of people choose not to show their faces on camera because it's extremely dangerous place to be. It really
Right.
is.
Right.
And a lot of people have been giving other people shit about not showing their face. Okay, some people choose not to show it because of the cases that they cover. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I normally have mine out, but I don't tonight. I mean, I can. It wouldn't matter either way. I'm sitting here in my chair, but
Yeah.
I got beach hair going on because the humidity. But either way, it's like people are just so angry and so evil towards each other over something that we're all just speculating on. And
Hmm.
it's absolutely heartbreaking. And it's not a competition. It's just like, if you guys were able to catch Checking Convictions on Thursday, she introduced the real crime community. And let me tell you what,
That.
I am damn proud to be a part of that community. And I am damn proud to have Callie. And I'm damn proud to have Jesse and everybody else, Bling, that works in the background with us that wasn't up on that panel that day. Because let me tell you what, we are drama free.
Right.
And you
Right.
know what? You're not going to see us doing? You're not going to see us out there doxing each other. You're not going to see us out there causing drama. You're not going to see fake arguments. You're not going to see fake fights. You're going to see facts, help, and awareness because
Right.
that's the reason why we're here. Not
Yeah.
for any of the rest of the drama or anything else that's going on.
Back to the missing people. Why we gravitated here to begin with. You know?
Exactly. Exactly. Just like Ikmel. He does a lot of really, really good work. I have to say, for those of you that follow the true crime community or follow the missing, the Austin Lauer case, he's a huge creator and he grabbed a hold of Austin's case, had Sandra on panel. It was amazing.
Ikamel did?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. I didn't know that.
absolutely. What channel What channel is that? I would love to see it. What? I'm sorry, honey, it's late. What was I talking about? Which channel?
Ikamel?
No, she said she likes Mel.
Oh,
Can't believe what he's been through. It's awful. I don't know whose channel. Who was I ranting about, Callie?
Austin Lauer?
Everybody.
His
Oh,
case.
Austin Lauer. He was a missing kid. Here, I'll drop some links for you. Arctic Fox. He's a good channel to get. Oh yeah, Arctic Fox, Level Headed. I can give you no drama channels. Let's see, where should I start? Arctic Fox True Crime. There's a no drama channel. Level Headed. There's a no drama channel. Darkness Exposed. There's a no drama channel. Who am I forgetting? Sluggy Sleuth. There's another no drama channel.
Checking
Um,
convictions.
Checking Convictions. There's a no drama channel. Who else do we know that's a no drama channel that does true crime?
Oh, I can't think on the spot.
Let's see. Let me check my Nightbot commands. Let's see. I tell you, if you want just a cool place to hang out, this guy's pretty cool. The Expert. He's on the law side of YouTube. They've got some pretty cool true crime web.
Emma's channel.
Steve. Yeah, Emma's channel. True Crime Web is another good one. Emma's channel is another good one. Crime Stories Obsessed is Emma's channel. Do I have her programmed in? I should.
You do. I saw it last night.
I don't see it on here.
It's on there.
I don't know. My computer's been acting so crazy today that it may not. I don't know. It may not pull it up. Trying to drop everybody's links. I may not have Emma on there yet. I can put her in here though. Emma did. She had Robin Bonadonna on tonight, and Emma did her Nicole's story. So that was a good live. If you didn't catch that, this is Crime Stories Obsessed. I'm just gonna put
Whose story? Who's Nicole?
Nicole, Robin Bonadonno's daughter.
Oh, oh, oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a tough one.
yeah, she
Tough
had
one.
her on tonight, and that story's always heartbreaking. That's
Right.
another baby that just completely
Oh,
heartbreaking.
yeah. That is tragic.
Absolutely heartbreaking and tragic, and just you want to make sure that if you dive into Nicole's story, you got a strong stomach, because
Right.
that's a monster right there.
Yeah.
And you can only hope that's not what we're looking at here
Right.
is another horrific event. I forget, Callie. I'm trying to think. I think you trying to think of everybody. I mean,
Um, gosh. You watch these channels every single day, and then when you try to think of them.
I know. Stalk me on YouTube. Stalk me. Stalk Callie. Callie knows where all the good stuff is. Callie's, you
That's why
know,
I'm mad that I'm going blank. So mad at myself.
I'm trying to get everybody in that, it's a good channel that I know that she might enjoy. And it's a bunch of good guys out here. We really are. We're a good team. We really are. And I'm proud. Like I said, I'm super proud to be a part of my team, and I'm proud to be here on the YouTube streets, and to be, a force for the positive, and do what I can to hopefully, bring some missing home, and hopefully be able to do some good in the world. If we can only make a change of just one child or one
Well, and
adult.
just offering hope too. That's important. People need that.
And a lot of times I do my short videos, and you know the family members, when I send them to the family members, the reactions that I get are just amazing. Those reactions are what makes it worth it to go ahead and sit here and get that creative groove back in, and do it again for somebody else. you know I had a girl reach out to me, and her friend's missing, you know but just because she's in her 20s and left allegedly on her own with someone, there's no alert that went out. There's nothing can be done. You just have family and friends sitting around in a panic
Yep. An
because
adult.
their missing adult is missing.
Right.
Oh, thank you, True Monter. I appreciate that, and we try. Like I said, like you can hit up any channel that, like, if you'll watch my community posts. Like, I tag a lot of good channels. I tell you another one, and I almost forgot about her. She's a good channel, and definitely want to hit up Mountain Girl if you haven't. She's another good one that's here for the right reasons.
Yeah.
I think I hit everybody that I could think of. It. I'm in Florida, so it's 4:41 in the morning. So I
Yeah.
apologize if my brain is not working. Again, this was not a scheduled live. This was a pop-up surprise live, since my OBS didn't want to cooperate, and I wanted to make sure to share Kylie's vehicle being recovered, and give props to Adventures with Purpose for all the work that they do, and and shout out to them, because I've been watching those guys for a long time. I mean, I'm a long time YouTuber with them back in the days of standing around and having treasures on the back of pickup trucks, you know.
Right. Yep.
So yeah, girl, it is way past my bedtime, but I
Same.
get I get focused on doing something, and I literally, and Callie will back me up on this because I think I complained like 6 times in the group chat that my laptop was not working right. I tried to do a pre-record, and where I like to do my pre-record, and I like to cut in my flyers and stuff that I make. And of course, I did do a rest in peace for Kylie as well, and I wanted to do that, and it was so pretty, and it would not work.
Oh, that's disappointing.
So we had to do the alternate route. But you know, as
Yeah.
long as we're doing our part, and I feel like as long as I'm doing my part and sending my condolences to the family,
Yeah.
and you know, making sure that those that want to come here and see the footage from the news and see the footage from where Adventures with Purpose was able to go out and do the legwork and bring Kylie home to her family.
Yeah.
You know, oh, thank you. She says they look great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I work
Oh,
really hard on them. I really do, and I have a lot of different ones, and you, like I said, those can all be found on my Facebook groups. Share out. And I appreciate everybody being here tonight. I really do. And Callie, I appreciate you. I know, girl, you're exhausted too. We
well, I'm
go,
glad
go,
you.
go.
Well, I'm glad you went live. I
Yeah,
really
I
am.
kind
You
of
know.
had threatened all day. You know, I think I'm going to go live later. I think I'm going to go live later. I think I'm going to go live later. And then I
Right.
was like, I don't really know if I want to go live. And then it was like meant to be. It was absolutely meant to go live tonight because, or today, this morning, whatever the case may be. It was definitely meant to go live because it was not going to work. And I was not going to sit here for 4 hours and try to get it to work and then not go through with what I wanted to do with
Well, like you said, you chose an alternate route,
getting her
old
video
school,
out.
and it worked.
Absolutely. Means the world to me to be able to do my part. As Darkness says in her little corner of the internet, you know, I guess this is like if you watch my intro video, this is my little rabbit hole. Grab your
Right.
boots and your
It's true.
flashlight because that's where we generally stay, is in a rabbit hole. But we normally do lives at generally 10 o'clock Eastern Standard. And we'll either be here or we'll be over on Sluggy's channel. Do a lot more lives on Sluggy's channel. We're trying to build her channel up, get her up to our community page. So we're spending a lot more time over there on the lives. And she does some great interviews with family members and her babies that she does on that side too. So there's my chick. What do you think about my chick? Did you
That
see
was
her,
cool.
Kelly? She just
That
peeks
was
out.
really cool.
What's up? Yeah, and so this is the timeline that I'd done for Cal. And uh, thought that was important to go ahead and have that up there while I go ahead and end the live tonight. And I appreciate everybody for being here. And Callie, as always, I appreciate you for coming up and spending time with me.
Well, I
And
was
True
happy to
Montour, I
do it.
appreciate you coming in and thank you for being here. And everybody that was here in chat tonight, I appreciate it. And just, you know, like as always, guys, if you see something, say something. Remember, it takes a village to raise a child.
Yep.
Be a voice. Become part
Come
of the
find
army
us.
for the voices. And become part of the real crime community. We no
Yeah.
longer affiliate with the true crime community. They got too much drama going on over yonder.
Right.
So come on over here and spend some time on our side of the railroad tracks And I promise you, you will find yourself with a big group of people and that are just amazing and here for the right reasons. And we keep growing, and we're going to keep growing. And eventually, we're going to be a force to reckon with. And I can't wait to be a part of that. And True Monter, it was absolute pleasure having you and talking to you tonight.
Yeah,
And yeah,
thank you.
go sub up to all those channels, man. Absolutely. And anybody that comes and watches the replay, I thank you for being here. And please hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell so you can always have a notification when I upload a video, go live, or post a community post. Some of those community posts have some interesting information on them. I post a lot of good lives, share out, got a lot of good videos, and most of my missing posters when my YouTube wants to cooperate. But guys, I'm gonna head out of here. Kelly, love you, girl. Have a good
All right,
night.
love you back.
And guys, I appreciate it again. And just want to say, rest in peace, Kiely Rodni. My heart goes out to her family, and my heart goes out to all of her friends, the citizens of Truckee and the surrounding areas. Adventures with Purpose, props, fist bump, virtual hugs. You guys get some rest. And love to all. Good night, True Monitor. Good night for real this time. Didn't leave the studio.